Okay guys, so here's today's video for you. That right there is actually a decal that says Strega Viola. That's really hard to see right there. Strega Viola. But what I've got is it all masked off, ready. I just literally 10 minutes ago got the what they call gold leaf size. It's basically just the adhesive. Um, Getting ready to lay up the gold leaf. So got to put down the glue first, let it dry, got it inside so that it's more controlled because it's hot and windy outside. So we will keep you posted as to what's going on. So hang tight. Okay, so here's all the basic parts to this. So I showed you where I've got the Strega Viola masked off. I masked off all around it just so I have places to work because I'm going to peel up. What I did is I had a decal cut as a stencil so that the lettering is all inside just like a regular stencil. I want a real jagged edge, so I had a different font used instead of real clean. So stuck the decal on and then just taped up some areas. So real simple. This is what I've used. Keep in mind guys, it's been a long time since I've done this. It's been better part of 20 years since I've played with doing any kind of gold leaf, silver leaf, stuff like that. So this is the old stuff that I used to use. It's by One Shot, fast drying gold size. Then I just got a nice soft bristle brush that I'm going to use for applying the size on here. All sizes, it's adhesive basically. It's pretty, even though it's called fast drying, it's pretty slow. So the gold leaf that I've got is Barnabas black gold. So this is variegated, and it's a blue variegated. And believe it or not, there's 25 sheets in this tiny, thin little package. That's how thin the gold leaf is. Then I've just got all it is a makeup brush. Real soft bristled makeup brush. And all this will do after is just dust off. Once I put the gold leaf on and it dries, this will dust off all of the rest of it. And it's real soft, so it leaves the edge and doesn't break it away. So real important though guys, if you take this off, make sure you put it back on. It'll keep your brush in really good condition. My applicator brush, I actually have it curved for a reason, but I have other ones, regular sword brushes, real fine brushes for doing the edge of the lettering, which you'll see later, and all of that. So the only other thing I've got is my trusty tiny little snap-off blade, and this is a Ulfna brand, and these I use when I paint. I use it for different things, but I can pull up the stencil real easily, not have to worry about digging into the paint. So that's it. The next part of this is really super boring. Guys, this is really a lot simpler than what people make it out to be. Been painting cars a lot of years, off and on. And although striping is one of the more difficult things to do, freehand striping, when you do something like this and you've got stencils, it literally is just dip it, wet it, peel your stencil off, let it dry. Oh, I guess this is the other important part here. What I'm doing is whatever I'm applying over here on the stencil, I'm going to apply here on my spray out card a coat just the same, and I'm going to put a couple of lines of it just so I can touch it and feel when it's ready to apply. The trick to this is you don't want to apply it when it's too wet, and obviously you don't want to apply it when it's too dry. You just want it to be just tacky where it's not going to leave fingerprints or hair out, leave you the little hairs when you peel up. Just tacky enough like the back of adhesive, and then that's when it's ready for your gold leaf. Alrighty, so that's what I've got for you now. Keep a watch. I'll show you as we progress. Thanks. Okay guys, so I've actually already applied the size on here, and believe it or not, all this stuff smells like is old shellac. Like a lacquer clear almost is really all it smells like, an old wood varnish or lacquer clear. So what I've done is I went ahead and applied it all, and all I'm doing is just going ahead, making sure it's not too thick, not too thin, but making sure I've got all of the edges of the stencil. And because of the nature of this stuff, it will have a tendency to create bubbles different directions. So most important thing is just to make sure you don't have any bubbles when you apply it, and just make sure, for me, because I am doing a stencil and not freehand, just making sure all my edges are clean and sharp and ready for its drying process. So I've also gone on here, like I said, that's one thing to watch out for. I don't know if you can see, a little hair just came off the brush. When you see it coming off, like I did here, that's why I have a little bit of a palette area, if you will, just to knock the brush bristle off and not get it in my stenciling. So I've got my 3 samples right here, and again, all I'm doing is just making sure that I've wet out all the way to the edges of my stenciling, make sure there's no bubbles, and all nice and clean. You'll see I'm actually doing my final brushing up away from the bottom, and that is on purpose because I don't want it to collect on the very edge on the bottom of the stencil. I just want enough material there to do what I need done. So I'm going to go clean this brush, but basically that's everything right there. Make sure you close this stuff up afterwards. It is a naturally drying product, so it will evaporate out through time. So now I'm going to go ahead and just start peeling the decal, peel it where I need to, which is all the insides of it. And just like all my other videos I've said, just take your time. There's no rush. It's not a race. It's not anything high pressure as far as I'm concerned. So that's that one. That's that one. 3 more little pieces here. Just like that. Just like that, guys. That's that. So now, see, it's still real wet, uh, but you can see the basic idea I've got here. So I'm gonna go ahead and peel this. I'll get you guys back here once I'm ready to apply the gold leaf. Alrighty, thanks. Okay guys, so not sure if you can see it, but gold size is on. Decal is peeled off. Let me see, I'm gonna shine some light here and there. See if you could see it. Decal peeled off the stencil. Everything looks good. Got those jagged edges I like. So we should be sitting pretty good. Now it's just let it tack up enough, and then I'll put the gold leaf on. So let me see, I've got a piece of it. Just playing with a little bit of it right here. You can see the variegated color. It actually does have purpley look to it, even though it's called blue, but it's gold and like copper color and burnt gold and all kinds of neat stuff. So should go real nice with this candy purple on this Strega Viola, the Purple Witch project. So that's what I've got going on. I'll let this set up a while and then start applying the gold leaf. Alrighty, hang tight. Okay, so the gold leaf is on. Let's see what it starts to look like here, guys. Just using the little makeup brush I got. You can see it starting to show up. It's looking pretty good. I think it's looking really good. Again, I wanted that real jagged edge. And it looks like that's what I got. All I'm doing is just swirling it in different directions. There's going to be some little spots that need some touch up here and there, but all in all, I think that's the overall concept I was after. So you can see the V's got a little goofiness to it right there, so that'll get a little touch up. Any of the letters that didn't open up, just break them open a little bit. See that? Just enough to give the brush something to bite in and open it up a touch. Okay, I'm gonna go blow this off. I'll be right back. Okay guys, I think you can see it right there. Let me zoom in a little bit. Just needs a little bit of cleanup work, but that's the overall concept. And the reason why it's separated like that from here all the way down to here, you'll see in the other pictures once the final clear happens. In here is where a bit of almost a devil's tail diamond shape is in there. So once it gets re-cleared, you'll be able to see that and it'll stand out a bit. So I'm gonna get some cleanup work done, get ready, do the final clear on it, and show you something else that's gonna be gold leafed as well. Kind of a cool, exciting thing's gonna happen with that, so stay tuned. Okay guys, there is the Strega Viola gold leaf, variegated gold. It's got dark and light spots. It's blue variegated, but it's kind of actually got purple. So now I just got to clear the tank again, color sand and rub it, and it's all good to go.